What's up, you guys? Today we're going to be doing a video on the NFL Week 3. Yep, Week 3. So far, it's been so far this season, it's been a great season, man. Everybody's doing good. There's only a handful of 0-3 teams left in the league. But yeah, so we're going to go through, and similar to the last few weeks, if it's within one score, we're going to look at the stats. If it's not, we're just going to talk about it, if I saw it or not. Giants 49ers 30-12. Not that much of a shock. This was Thursday night. Um, I mean, I don't know. Just Giants didn't really have much to go on. Brock Purdy's offense, the way Brock Purdy runs the offense, was a very boring game. But Niners got it done. Falcons Lions first Sunday game. Lions just came out, punched them in the mouth, and won. I didn't really see much of this game. I would usually be watching Red Zone, but Chiefs were playing at the time. So, wait, no, this wasn't even the Chiefs playing. I don't know who was playing at the time, but it was not the Chiefs. So I couldn't watch it. Uh, but I didn't really see much of that game. And then Chargers Vikings. This one was absolutely crazy. Took a little bit for either offense to get going, but towards the second half, I mean, it looked like Chargers were going to beat them the whole game, and then Vikings kind of fought their way back. Then Vikings threw a pick, and then just eventually Chargers came down with it. But this one is going to be our first stat looker. I mean, both quarterbacks playing amazing. Kirk had one pick, but yeah. So losing team first, Vikings. Cousins 32 for 50, 367, two touchdowns, one pick. Rushing Madison 20 for 93, had a great bounce back week after a week ago where he played horrible. And yeah, just not great. Ty Chandler 31 for 27, and Kirk Cousins 1 for 10. Receiving Jefferson for 7 for 149, one tutty. Hawkinson 8 for 78. Jordan Addison 6 for 52. Osborne 1 for 36. Alexander Madison 5 for 32. CJ Ham 1 for 7. Brandon Powell 1 for 5. 2 for 4 for Josh Oliver, and Ty Chandler 1 for 4. Defensively, a sack from Danielle Hunter. Daniel Hunter, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And yeah, that's it. And then kick returns nothing, punt returns nothing. One field goal from Greg Joseph, and then 3 punts for 145 from Ryan Wright. But yeah, the winning team, Herbert 40 for 47, 405, 3 touchdowns, and then one pass from Keenan Allen on a little fake jet sweep throw downfield to what's his face, to I believe it was Mike Williams. Yep. He won for a 49, one touchdown. And then Joshua Kelly led rushing, 11 carries for 12 yards, so no running game for the Chargers at all. And then Herbert 2 for 11, Isaiah Spiller 2 for 7. So I mean, that's 30 yards of total rushing offense. So that's not what you want to see if you're the Chargers, but hopefully they can figure that out. Keenan Allen 18 receptions, 215. Mike Williams 7 for 121, one touchdown, but he's out for the season, so that sucks. Hope he can figure it out. Hope he can get back soon and be healthy for next year. I'm not sure how long he's out, but I'm pretty sure it's a season ender. Joshua Palmer 4 for 66, one tutty. Gerald Everett 6 for 30. Quentin Johnston 2 for 10. Joshua Kelly 1 for 5. Donald Parham 2 for 4. Darius Davis 1 for 3. Defensively, one INT from Kenneth Murray, and I believe that is it. Oh, 2 sacks, one from Tuli Tupolatu, something like that, and then one from Sebastian Joseph Day. Kicking, missed one field goal, and then punting 3 for 112 with one inside the 20. So yeah, a very eventful game. Chargers are able to avoid going 1 and 1 and are able to avoid going 0-3, which is big. And then let's go to the next one, which is Packers Saints. This one was a big one. Just absolutely crazy. Packers with a crazy comeback win. But yeah, so Derek Carr 13 for 18, 103, one touchdown. Jameis Winston came in after Carr got hurt, 10 for 16, 101, but I'm not sure what exactly happened. I'm not sure how they messed up, but I mean, they just got a bunch of stops, I guess, defensively. Kendre Miller, 9 for 34. Tony Jones, 8 for 3. Taysom Hill, 4 for 12. Rashid Shaheed, 1 for nothing. Receiving, Olave, 8 for 104. Michael Thomas, 6 for 50. Tony Jones, 4 for 21. Juwan Johnson, 2 for 12. Taysom Hill, 1 for 9. Jamin Graham, Jaheim, is that Jaheim? No, can't be him. Graham, 1 for 8. Kendra, I think. Miller, 1 for nothing. And then Rashid Shaheed and Keith Kirkwood. Sorry, man, I can't get these names right for some reason. Were targeted, but no catches or anything like that. 1 sack from Alonte. Goodness gracious, what are these names? Alonte Taylor. I believe that's it sacks wise. Yep, and then a pick from Lonnie Johnson Jr. 2 returns for Rashid Shaheed for 32 yards. Punt returns, 1 touchdown from Rashid Shaheed, but which was 76 yards. That's the only return they had. And then Blake Group missed 1 field goal, made 1 field goal, 25-yarder. And then Lou Headley, 7 punts for 293. And then the Packers, man. Love, 22 for 44, 259, sorry. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jordan Love led rushing, 9 for 39, 1 tutty. A.J. Dillon, 11 for 33. Keyshawn Nixon, 1 for 11. Patrick Taylor, 3 for 6. Manuel Wilson, 2 for 6. And then receiving, Romeo Dobbs, 5 for 73, 1 tutty. Jaden Reed, 3 for 63. Luke Musgrave, 6 for 49. Dontavion Wicks, 4 for 45. Patrick Taylor, 3 for 23. Manuel Wilson, 1 for 6. And then Samori Toure and Malik Heath were both targeted, but no catches. A sack from Kenny Clark. 3 sacks from Rashawn Gary. And I believe that is it defensively. Other than, of course, some tackles. Rudy Ford, leading tackler. And then Keyshawn Nixon, 1 for 24 kick return-wise. Punt returns. Jaden Reed and Keyshawn Nixon both got 1. Reed with 2 for 4 yards. Nixon with 1 for nothing. 1 field goal made, 38-yarder from Anders Carlson. And then Daniel Wehelen with 4 for 153. So yeah, that's a pretty wild one right there. Again, this you can already tell this one's going to be a long one. Again, there's a lot more entertaining games this week. My hope is that as the season goes on and as the games are closer, that when the games are closer, there's longer videos. Last week there was a time crunch, which is why I wasn't able to go through most of the games in depth. Texans Jaguars. Texans smack them in the mouth and they get the dub. Broncos Dolphins. The funniest game of the weekend by far. Broncos just could not get a stop on defense, which is not usually their memo. Broncos need to fire their defensive coordinator, I think is what needs to be taken away from this game, because holy crap, it was bad. And then Titans Browns. Browns beat them 27-3, and just an absolute blowout of a game. I didn't really watch it. And then Bills Commanders, as expected, Bills just throttled them. They made Sam Howell struggle a lot, which is hard. It's really easy to make Sam Howell struggle whenever you get pressure on him, and yep, that's what happened. Sucks again. I'm a Sam Howell fan. I will always be a Sam Howell fan, but just nothing really happened good for them. And then Colts versus Ravens. A lot of controversy with bad calls, whatever. But we're going to start with the losing team, the Ravens, who Lamar Jackson, 22 for 31, 202 yards, no passing touchdowns. And then Lamar Jackson, 14 carries for 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gus Edwards, 11 for 51. Melvin Gordon, 10 for 32. Zay Flowers, 1 for 2. Kenyon Drake, 1 for nothing. Flowers led receiving, 8 for 48. Nelson Aguilar, 4 for 39. Mark Andrews, 4 for 35. Kenyon Drake, 4 for 31. Melvin Gordon, 2 for 23. Isaiah Likely, 1 for 20. Rashawn Bateman, 1 for 6. And then Devin Duvernay was targeted, but no catches. But, just reading off those receiving stats again, I did not watch this game. I saw parts of it on Red Zone. But, 8 for 48 is your leading receiver. I mean, you had one guy, Isaiah Likely had a 20-yard reception, so I guess that's like the big play of the game. Of course, I mean, when you have Lamar Jackson going for 101, that's the only reason they stuck in this game. But goodness gracious, you got to figure out something in that receiver room. I know that Odell Beckham just went down with an injury, but good gracious, you got to figure something out. I guess the good news is you're targeting a lot of guys, so hopefully in future weeks that gets fixed. Brandon Stevens led in tackles. Half a sack for Jadeveon Clowney. I didn't know he was on the Ravens. And then Roquan Smith with another half a sack. Again, didn't know he was on the Ravens. Devin Duvernay kick returns 1 for 20. Punt returns 4 for 45 for Devin Duvernay as well. Justin Tucker missed a 50-yarder, missed a kick, made a kick. The one he made was a 50-yarder. And Jordan Strout 7 punts for 329, 2 inside the 20. So great punting outing. And then Gardner Minshew. Minshew Mania is back, folks. 27 for 44, 227, 1 touchdown. Zach Moss led rushing 30 for 122. Trey Sermon with 5 for 17. And then Michael Pittman Jr., 9 for 77 receiving. So, again, you don't have that 100-yard receiving game, which you kind of want out of your number one guy to have at least 1,000. Then my boy Josh Downs, 8 for 57. No touchdowns, but he'll get his eventually. Alec Pierce, 3 for 43. Zach Moss, 2 for 23. Andrew Ogletree? That's a weird name. Ogletree, 1 for 11. Kenyon Granson, 2 for 9. Trey Sermon, 1 for 4. Isaiah McKenzie, 1 for 3. And then defensively, Zaire Franklin led tackles. He also had a sack. Another sack from Samson Abukum. And then another sack from Quiddy Pay. Another sack from Taven Bryan. And that's all the sacks. No kick returns. Punt returns, 2 for 48 from Isaiah McKenzie. Matt Gay was 5 for 5 field goal, his longest being a 54-yarder. He kicked I believe they were all 50-plus yarders, which is just crazy. And then Rigberto Sanchez, 7 for 325. So a wild game for this team, man. Absolutely exactly what you want to see out of the Colts. Hopefully they can get a lot more gritty wins like that. And then Patriots-Jets. This one, I didn't see it, but Patriots able to get out of there with a win after a gritty game last week that ended in a loss. Mac Jones, we're going to start with the losing team actually. Zach Wilson, 18 for 36, 157. Breece Hall, 12 for 18. Dalvin Cook, 8 for 18. Zach Wilson, 1 for 1. Nick Bawden, 1 for 1. Garrett Wilson, 5 for 48. Alan Lazard, 3 for 39. Tyler Conklin, 3 for 26. Randall Cobb, 1 for 12. Dalvin Cook, 3 for 11. Breece Hall, 1 for 9. CJ Uzama, 1 for 9. Michael Carter, 1 for 3. My boy Michael Carter. But, yeah. I mean, really, we're going to stay here for a minute as, like, what I've seen the main media outlet has been, Zach Wilson sucks. Someone needs to replace him. And again, I didn't watch the game, so maybe every single one of his incompletions where there was a wide open dude downfield and he just missed them. Maybe. But a 157, no touchdowns, which is still not what you want to see, but no picks. That's what I'm looking at, okay? Did he make crucial mistakes that cost them the game? I wouldn't say he did. I mean, obviously, you got to put up more than 10 points. And, I mean, that just sucks. But, like, if you're doing that, I don't see why the narrative is, oh, he's got to go, he sucks. But, yeah, defensively, just nothing. I mean, Jordan Whitehead led with 9 tackles and then no sacks, no picks, no nothing. So Mac Jones was just sitting back there free pretty much, do whatever he wanted. Xavier Gibson, 2 returns for 55 yards. Xavier Gibson, 4 for 39. Greg Zuerlein made 1 field goal for 52 yards. Punting, Thomas Morstead, 8 for 410, 1 inside the 20. Good gracious. And then Patriots, Mac Jones, who, again, also didn't play too great. 15 for 29, 200 yards. That's pretty solid. And then 1 touchdown, but just way too many incompletions. Goodness gracious. Rushing, Ezekiel Elliott led 16 for 80. Ramondre Stevenson led 19 for 59. Mac Jones 4 for 13. Not used to seeing him rush that much. Demario Douglas 1 for 5. And then receiving, Pharaoh Brown 2 for 71, 1 tutty. Kendrick Bourne 4 for 46. Dante Parker 2 for 19. Mike Gesicki 1 for 18. Hunter Henry 2 for 17. Was Mike Gesicki on the Patriots? Whatever. Hunter Henry 2 for 17. Mario Davis 1 for 15. Ezekiel Elliott 1 for 7. Juju Smith-Schuster 1 for 5. Ramondre Stevenson 1 for 3. Defensively, 2 sacks from Matthew Judon. Tackling was led by Jabril Peppers with 6. 1 sack from Christian Barmore, I believe. So, Christian Barmore. And that is it defensively. Kick returned, Miles Bryant 1 for 11. And then Jabril Peppers punt returns 2 for 25. And then Demario Douglas 2 for 14. 2 field goals made, the longest one being 51, but he did miss 2, so that's not what you want to see exactly from if you're a Patriots fan, but hey, doesn't matter, got the win. Baringer, I think. 8 for 322, 4 inside the 20 punting wise, so again, a great punting outing, I guess, but again, that's not what you want to see. You don't want to hear about how good your punting is in a football game. You want to hear about how many touchdowns you score. But, yeah. And then Panthers-Seahawks, a hard-fought game. Didn't watch this one, but I heard about it a lot. Seahawks end up getting the win, though. And then my favorite game of the weekend, Chiefs-Bears. Bears getting absolutely mollywopped by the Chiefs. Chiefs get a big win, and hopefully that can propel them into next week. And then Cowboys-Cardinals, 28 to 16. Cowboys with the loss, baby. Love to see that. Love to see the Cardinals shocking the world there, getting the 12-point dub. Didn't see this one, but, man, great game. Absolutely amazing. And then Steelers, Raiders, Sunday Night Football. We're going to look at this one really quick to see what happened. Again, I did not watch this one, but I kind of watched the first half of it. And then, so Pickett, 16 for 28, 235, 2 touchdowns. Najee Harris, 19 for 65. Jaylen Warren, 8 for 29, rushing. Kenny Pickett, 3 for 11. And then Connor Hayward, 1 for nothing. Receiving, George Pickens, 4 for 75. Calvin Austin, 2 for 72. 1 tutty. Pat Freiermuth, 3 for 41. 1 tutty. Allen Robinson, 4 for 24. Jaylen Warren, 3 for 23. Najee Harris, nothing. Connor Hayward, nothing. But they did get targeted, I guess. That's why they're on there. And then defense was led by Minkah Fitzpatrick, who, alright, I guess. 7 tackles, 4 assisted tackles. And then 2 picks from Levi Wallace. 1 pick from Patrick Peterson. And then a sack from Marcus Golden. And then 2 sacks from your boy T.J. Watt. Those were his only 2 tackles. And then, yep, that's it. Nope, another sack from, who is that? Keanu Benton. Punt return, Calvin Austin III. 2 returns for 5 yards. Kicking, Boswell, 3 field goals, longest being 57. Presley Harvin III. 6 kicks for 323 yards. 3 inside the 20. So, yeah, pretty solid from there. Raiders, the losing team. Garoppolo, 28 for 44. 324. 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Not what you want to see. Jacobs, 17 for 62. Garoppolo, 2 for 7. So, not able to get the run game going much. And Garoppolo kind of cost him the game with those picks. I'm not sure. I didn't see the game, so I don't know if it was a crazy coverage or just a bad throw or a great play or what, but either way, you don't want to see that, man. You never want to see 3 picks in a game. Leading receiving is Devontae Adams, 13 for 172, 2 touchdowns. Jacoby Myers, 7 for 85. Josh Jacobs, 3 for 18. Hunter Renfrow, 2 for 17. Amir Abdullah, 2 for 16. DeAndre Carter, 1 for 16. And then Michael Mayer, who was targeted but no catches. Let's say Michael Mayer. That was not his name. Anyways, Robert Spillane led tackling. Uh, 1 sack from Max Crosby, and then that's it defensively. DeAndre Carter, 5 returns for 44, 1 field goal for 26 yards from Daniel Carlson, and then AJ Cole, 5 punts for 262, 1 kick inside the 20. So yeah, great. That was probably one of the more gritty games of the week. Just crazy game there. And then Eagles Bucks. Watched this game a little bit. Bucks ended up dropping to 2-1 in this one. Eagles, one of the teams that are 2-1 are 3-0. Great game for the Eagles, able to get some stuff done defensively, and yeah, exactly what you want to see. So, yep. And then Rams Bengals, didn't see this one, but yeah, just absolutely crazy. This is the last one, as this one is the longest video I've ever recorded this season. And I apologize for that, but yeah, Matthew Stafford, 18 for 33, 269, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Kyron Williams led rushing, 10 for 38. Tutu Atwell, 1 for 22. Matthew Stafford, 1 for 7. Van Jefferson, 1 for 4. So again, not able to get the rushing game going much. You got around 50-something you got around 50-something, which is good, I guess. And then receiving, kind of able to get the receiving going, as you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 targets. Puka Nacua led, 5 for 72. Tyler Higbee not far behind with 5 for 71. Tutu Atwell, 4 for 50. Van Jefferson, 1 for 46. Kyron Williams, 2 for 27. Ben Skowronek, 1 for 3. And then defensively, Ernest Jones, the 4th, I think, because that's Roman numerals, whatever. Led tackling with 7. Full sack for Aaron Donald, half sack for Byron Young, and then another half a sack for Kobe Turner. 1 INT for Axiello Witherspoon. And then kick returns, 1 for 16 for Ronnie Rivers. Kyron Williams, 1 for 3. Brett Maher, 3 for 3. Kicking, longest being 42. And then Ethan Evans, 6 punts, for 306, 1 inside the 20. So yeah, that is the NFL weekend. I apologize for this being a very, very long video, but I apologize. I have a lot on my mind, have a lot to say. And again, hopefully these videos are longer every time because I have more to say because they're close games. I'd rather have an entertaining weekend and a long video than an unentertaining weekend and a short video. So again, if you stayed, thank you. If you didn't, I won't hold it against you. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.